All right, welcome to AG Sports. So today we're talking about CU football and whether or not Deion Sanders is actually good for Boulder, Colorado. So if you look at Boulder, Colorado, if you look at CU football, they were really nothing until 1980, let's say 7, 88, when they started to get their rise going in football. And then obviously in 1989, they really just kind of blew up. And we'll go over the history of CU football later. But starting then and going straight through the 90s, CU was ranked every year. And they were ranked pretty high most of those years. The big years were 89, 90, and 94. But all during the 90s, we had a really good team in CU. And they really established themselves as a football school. Now, let's start in 2003. Let's go back 20 years. So starting in 2003 and going till now, in the last 20 years, we've had 4 winning seasons. 4 winning seasons. And keep in mind that I'm counting the shortened 2020 year, the COVID year, where we were 4-2, as a winning season. We actually went to a bowl that year and lost it as well. But that's 4 out of 20 on a team that basically was ranked for 12 straight years in the top 20. So we really fell off in the last 20 years. Now, that's not the only thing. So we also had 5 head coaches in the last 5 years. Now, some of those were interim coaches because coaches either quit or got fired, but that's still 5 coaches in 5 years. That's 10 coaches in 20 years. 10 different coaches in the last 20 years. You're never going to have a winning football team with 10 head coaches in 20 years. We also had 5 bowl games in the last 20 years. And none of those were major bowls. And out of the 5 bowl games that we played, we lost 4 of them. So that tells you right there, we're just desperate at this point. Now, out of the last 20 years, 19 of those years we finished unranked. We were unranked at the end of the year for basically the entirety of the last 20 years. So when you ask, is prime right for CU Boulder? The answer is obviously yes. So I believe that CU made a great move and basically out of nowhere grabbed Deion, where a lot of other schools probably were looking at him but not super crazy about him just due to the fact that he doesn't have much coaching experience. If you look at his head coaching experience, it's primarily high school and basically a tiny bit of college. Now, he was very successful in his college, in his 3 years of college that he coached, but we really are talking about Power 5 schools now. We're talking about really major programs that get the best players every year and have the best coaches that have multiple decades of experience that he's going to be coaching against. But is he right for CU? I still say the answer is yes. The reason why is because we needed, a slow buildup after 20 years and nothing is just excruciatingly painful. And now we have the opportunity to go from nothing to at least exciting in 1 year. And that's what's happening. This next 9 months before football season starts is going to be the most exciting 8 or 9 months in CU football history, minus probably the 3 years, 89, 90, 94. And the anticipation is going to break most people. I'm already at just a fever pitch right now. I've already got my commitment in for season tickets. Being just a couple of hours south of Boulder, I will be there for every home game. My daughter is going to CU right now, so I'll be able to hopefully get some inside scoops there on campus during football season. So we're really super excited here at AG Sports about the fact that we have now an opportunity to play for a top 25 finish, which I don't think is going to be a problem. In fact, he took JSU to 2 back-to-back Celebration Bowls, which is the HBCU championship. And that is a big deal because Jackson State really wasn't much before he came there. So just his star power, he was able to pull a 5-star recruit from FBS schools. So when you're looking at his potential, he's already, in just 3 weeks, landed a stellar star coaching staff. He has landed some of the best transfer portals players out there that are currently available. And we haven't even started yet. So there is even lack of coaching. Let's say there's no coaching involved with Deion whatsoever. The coaches that he's hired and the players that he's got, I'm telling you, we're talking easily that we're going to be ranked in the top 25 to start next year. I believe we will be ranked in the top 25 starting next year. So, is Deion right for Boulder? Yes. I have a lot of other opinions based on what I think his coaching ability is, what I believe his tenure is going to be at CU, where the rest of the coaches are going to land. But at this point, right now, we needed this at CU. CU is going to explode onto the map just from a social media and recruiting and coaching standpoint. It's going to be lights out for next year compared to the last 20 years, and it's super exciting to see. Thanks for hanging out for this video. We have a ton more content specifically about Prime and CU Boulder football, so stick with us. We'll see you in the next video.